This is the key you've been missing to stop binge eating. I have struggled with this half of my life. You wake up and when you're already finishing the bag, you wake up when you are hurting physically inside your stomach, you are hurting from overeating. You wake up too late. You just like, how did I get here? And you feel so miserable, like you feel so bad that you let yourself go again, and you are not sure what is causing this action in my brain. Today, I'm going to share something I have that has clicked for me to stop binge eating, that has finally understood something that was missing in mine. Hopefully, this strategy will help you because it helps me to this day. Because there's moments we zoom out and we end up binging, right? But you just have to remember certain things that's happening, and this strategy could really, really help you to lose weight and finally get in control over your life. That's the key. You gotta feel in control, right? It just feels like you're like, I can't handle it, I can't do it. But I'm here to bring back power to you because it's all comes from here. It really does. This strategy helped me lose weight and feel better about myself. I'm just so glad and happy to share what finally clicked for me right here. So, when we are eating, and I feel like binge eating only comes from here. It doesn't come from the food. Everybody sees the food. Everybody sees everything, but somehow here you're just consumed and you black out, right? Before this strategy can work for you, I had to make some changes in the way I eat so it doesn't trigger the binge eating, which is number one rule I keep is I do not eat distracted. This has to go. You cannot eat in front of a TV, in front of your phone. You have to make a rule for yourself that when you're eating, it's mealtime. It's meal date. You're going to be eating only if it's just you and the food. That's all. Even music, because music can take us places mentally and we're like thinking, and we can be singing and everything. It could be distracting to you as well. The base of all of it, distraction. Even to this day, put me in front of a TV, I'll overeat simply because what? Because I am distracted. I don't know when I'm full. I don't have a limit, and I'm getting hungrier by the minute because I'm not taking in the emotion of eating and being satisfied. So yes, look at the wall, look at the food, smell it, enjoy it, eat it for 20 minutes. The base of not binging will have to be no distraction. No distraction. And sometimes even in a group settings, it's so hard sometimes because you're completely distracted and you're just listening to something and someone, and you just keep eating. That's really, really hard, and that will come with practice. But if you're in a lunch break, if you're at home, you have a control from the get-go. You said it's mealtime. I'm putting away the phones. No phones. I know it might be hard, but you have to do this before any of this, even mental trick will work for you. I also start to eat only 3 times a day, sometimes 4 if obviously my day was too long. But even giving myself only time frames I could eat gives me a limit of how much. Like I give myself, like, let's say 20 minutes to eat or 30, and I cannot get up and move on to another food. I just put everything I want to eat in this meal at the same time. Let's say it's lunchtime. I'm gonna put my chicken, my salad, and also the dessert I want to eat. I do not limit. Do not limit food groups if you have binge eating disorder or anything like that. Because if you are on a diet, if you're limiting, restricting, it's gonna backfire hard. You think you're like, I'm just gonna say no today, tomorrow, and then here's what I do. When I eat the meal, let's say the lunch, I'm going to put aside a cookie. At least like I have sweets with every single meal, because I do not want my brain to see that I'm restricting, to see that I am not giving myself that I want. I walk around. I know it's a lunchtime, so that means I want let's say an Oreo, and I want a Tic Tac. What is it? Kitty cat. Sorry, I'm just giving you examples, right? So I'm gonna get them a small portions, and sometimes you just like a quarter of it. It doesn't matter. Put options. I would have like 5 different sweets, different types of sweets, in a small little plate. It satisfies my brain that I have a lot of options, right? I'm not restricting. I am eating everything that is in this plate. And here is what helped me, I feel like, the most to get the connection between here and binging. When you are eating this, smaller portion with a lot of options of your favorite foods, it doesn't matter. I don't care what you have there. All the things that you love. You love donut? Get a quarter of a donut. Put it there. Put it all kinds of things that you love and eat them with every meal. With every meal, have a quarter of a donut that you're like, I have donuts 3 times a day, right? But it's a quarter. But it has to be connected to here, right? When you're gonna eat this, and you say, oh, like I can eat this, and you eat it slow. You're not distracted. You're gonna eat your sweets. You're gonna feel, satisfied, or maybe not because it's so small. But you're gonna say to yourself, "This is safe. I have more." Let's say the other half of the donut. You're gonna take the half of the donut that you put. You're gonna wrap it, and you're gonna keep it safe. If you have family in the house, you say, "This is a little my box, my dessert box that nobody touched," because for some reason we overeat because we think it's going to be gone. You think this is the only chance you're going to get your donut. It's the only chance you're going to have that pizza. Your only chance you're going to have a chip. But when you have a chip every single meal, like 2 chips, I don't care, just a small portion, you will have this connection that, oh, I still have a full bag of chip, and I can have chips with every meal I eat throughout the day and tomorrow too. Because if you're eating 2 chips, it's gonna last you a month to finish that whole bag. Also, what a trick helps me a lot is once I'm done eating and I'm like, yeah, I want some more chips, right? Let's say I ate those 2 chips. You are going to distract your palate. What I mean by that, once you finish your chips, you're going to, because the idea of sometimes certain foods, certain desserts that trigger binge is because they're so good, they're meant to be this good, and they're meant to be kept eating and eating and eating. You will have to, if you know these certain things, not trigger, but you love them so much and you can eat a lot of it, you're going to distract your palate by, right after you finish 2 chips, you're like, oh, I want some more chips. I really do. You're going to get yourself a hot tea, cold tea, I don't care, not sweetened. It could be coffee. You have to switch up the palate. Let's say it's something sweet. Let's say it's a cup. You just ate half a cupcake. You want more. So you said, you're going to wrap the other half of the cupcake. You're going to put it away safe. Your brain is going to connect. You will have the rest of the cupcake for dinner. You're like, yeah, it's there. Nobody's going to steal it. You have to talk through it. You do. Honestly, this helps a lot. You will see this connection really. You might only have to talk to yourself like this several times. Only several times. 2 or 3 days. And you're like, wow, I feel so happy. I feel so sad. I do not need, a gallon of Oreos. You're like, I can have Oreos every time I eat. And the other bag of Oreos is safe for me to eat every meal. I just have to wait for it. So let's assume I want more Oreos. What I do is every time I finish a meal, I put a timer. Let's say 4 hours between each meal I take. I put a timer and I say, I want to, let's say 4 hours. And then I walk around the house and I'm getting hungry, I'm getting cranky. I'm like, I want that Oreo, I want more Oreos, blah, blah. I look at the timer and it says 2 hours left. And you tell your brain, you're going to have this Oreos in 2 hours. And you're like, of course, that's perfect, that's fine. I can wait 2 hours. You're like, no, I can wait 2 hours. So you're gonna talk to yourself in your brain about this. This is gonna be a reminder of a promise you have to keep to your brain. You cannot diet. When you're healing binge eating, you cannot diet. Some people, converted to the healthy versions of Oreo and whatever cupcake. You're gonna binge on that other. Don't do it. Just have the 2 pieces of Oreo. You're going to be just fine. Eventually, it just has to heal here. And to my surprise, my own surprise and shock, I was so happy to realize sometimes the plate I'll make of dessert after each meal. I only have dessert after like a meal. It doesn't. I still eat smaller portions, high in protein, and dessert only come after the main meal. But I have surprised myself so much that I was like, I can't even finish. I don't want to. It's like this connection. I was like, I don't have to eat those 2 Oreos. I think I'm satisfied with 1. You would be so surprised. You will be surprised that you finally got this connection of like, I don't have to eat all 2. I don't have to overeat them because I know I will have them. And sometimes it triggers, sometimes when you're in a big family, those Oreos, if you're not eating them now, they're going to be gone, right? Sometimes in the brain, sometimes it's like a lack of a diet or a promise you never kept for yourself. And you thinking that this is your last Oreo in your entire life. I know it's not, but somehow you thinking of, I'm going to diet on Monday triggers binge eating, triggers it super quick, right? This helped me so much. The timer, the 3 meals only, no snacking, and looking at that timer and saying, you will have that cookie, that cupcake, whatever that is for you, you're going to have it and you're going to keep it. You have to keep your promises. And if evening comes and you really don't want your Oreo again, let's say that, right? You say to your brain, that's fine. I don't have to eat it. I thought I did, but this time around, I don't want to eat that Oreo. That's okay. And you're going to put it in a box and say, this is there for me until morning. I'll eat my Oreos in the morning. And it will help a lot. And then changing your palate, sometimes they're just meant to be addictive. Some things are meant to be. I just drink mint tea after each meal, after like something sweet. And I'm like, let me wrap up my dinner. I drink green tea or mint tea, whatever that is. It changes, like the bitterness changes your taste buds. And you're like, I'm fine. I don't need it anymore. Like it's not like a urge. So I hope this was helpful, but this was an eye-opening for me that my food is safe and it's not an emergency and I'll have it on my next meal, and I promise and I keep my promise every time I eat. And giving yourself variety, giving yourself that no food group is restricted. Our brain catches that and it thinks it's the last day on earth. So this helped me so much. I hope you found this helpful. Share this, like this, or comment. I'll be so happy.